is Just a Position podcast where all of us are feeling very submissive and breedable. Today we have we have Steve with us
8.
and Randy.
I mean a popsicle.
I don't blame you, them shits be bussin'. But we don't have too many headlines today. There's actually the only news that we have today dropped like a couple of hours ago. So yeah, we have some Busta Rhymes news and the Nickelodeon All Star Brawl trailer with the roster and the announcements coming along with that. Then our main topic is going to be our movies that we hold near and dear. So with that, we will roll into the show. I guess we can start off with Busta's dumbass.
What Busta do?
Okay. So Busta Rhymes, he like hours ago, he did like this whole rant. I'm not sure where he was. He was on a stage of some sort. Like, I'm not sure if it was like a show he was doing or whatever. But he went on this whole rant about how he hates masks and like he doesn't want people to wear them and shit. And he also said, he was like, energy is important. Like, and that's on your face. And the mask is covering it up. And so, like, if I see a woman, I have to do this thing with my face to let her know I'm interested. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Come on now.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron, and it sucks because he's in that legendary status for me. Like, I don't listen to him often, but when I hear him on shit or I see him in a movie or show, I'm happy. There's Busta. That's fucking cool. And then now I have to know that he's a fucking idiot too, and that sucks. But I mean, I don't go to my '90s hip hop stars for medical advice, so we're good. We're good. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's very scary that the I'm not, it's not scary, but like the influencers, like how much pull they have, like people are going to listen to him, and that's very scary because he's not a scientist, he's not a doctor. What the fuck does he know? He's just an angry man who can't show his energy to the women because of the mask.
What's that mean? Like, he's a rapper. I assume he's charismatic. I guess that's a bad assumption, but like he can't spit game. He has to show his face. He has to make faces to get their attention. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know how you do it. I just scrunch my face up anytime I want to fuck.
Oh God.
Is that why the camera's gone? Where's your camera? We can't see your face. You afraid you're gonna like seduce us?
All the ladies in the chat will be soaking wet.
I'm fucking right now.
he's suppressing it. Right, I guess that's enough. He's an idiot and he should not be preaching to the masses like that because they're going to fucking listen. But all right.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if there's any fallout from this, if he's going to recant. I doubt it, but with it also living in this cancer culture world that we're in, it'll be interesting to see what happens because obviously people are going to be pissed. People are going to call him out. They're going to talk shit about him. Rightfully so. That's what you get when you put shit out like that. But the opposite isn't right. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm curious to see how he reacts to it.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe his publicist or whoever the fuck will tell him he needs to fix that shit via Instagram story like the baby did. But we'll find out in the coming days.
It'll be a screenshot of his notes app on Twitter.
No official like in-person live stream or anything. It's just, all right, fucking I'm gonna write my notes.
But wasn't the baby's apology basically sorry, not sorry?
Basically,
I mean,
yeah.
He kind of, sort of apologized a little further, but it still felt really insincere.
Yeah, I don't think we ever like followed up on that, but he ended up doing like some sort of music video type of thing that was basically like a slap in the face to like LGBTQ shit. And yeah, he's still vibing out here. Like, I think everyone's forgotten about it now.
I told you, he is going to be just fine.
Yep, it's sad.
I did see he was invited to some show and he came out like, thank you for not following the cancer culture. This is the real shit right here. And like still leaning into it.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it will now be his thing. Like, some people that were on the fence of liking the baby or not, but they're homophobes, they now like him. Like that's just how it is.
Yep. Very sad. But all right.
Yeah.
Next, we got Nickelodeon All Star Brawl trailer. That shit was very hype. Like they have I just put the screenshot of what they showed at the end of the trailer with their current roster size. It is a bit tiny, even with those added characters that they're going to announce this Thursday. What do you guys think about it? Are you satisfied with what you see as far as the roster goes?
I mean, obviously that's not going to be the final roster, right? Like we have 14 confirmed. You have two out
That's
of four
2
turtles.
total.
We have one real monster. You have Reptar. You know, there's so many just from the shows they are tapping. There's so much more they can add to it. So yeah, they're just going to keep dropping 2 at a time, 4 at a time. They said they're going to announce 2 more on Thursday at one of their shows. So they're just going to keep hyping. You know, rather than announce it all now and then by the time the game launches, it's not news anymore. You keep dropping 2 for whatever it is and keeps them in the news, keeps people talking about them. So whether you like it or not, it's a smart move. And I have to admit, there's got to be. We were talking before the show, and I think we settled 30 to be the number that we'd be okay with. There's going to be at least 30. If there's less than 30, I would be shocked. That's kind of what did the PlayStation All Star Battle. I forget what the actual title was, but the PlayStation version of this, it had a shit small roster. You know, what's it, 74 is what we said for Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That's a
Yes.
fucking lot. I'd love that, but that franchise has been around forever. We're not going to see that with this right away, at least. Hopefully it becomes a franchise, a yearly or every 2 years there's a new one, but this is nothing. We'll get more.
Yeah. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't just go ahead and confirm like all the staples. Like obviously SpongeBob is there, Patrick is there, Danny Phantom, but like you're still missing like Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner, fucking I mean Reptar's there, but he wasn't really the star of Rugrats. Like it was the babies, bro. Like there's I'm really surprised they didn't just like put those in up front because when they announce them, you're not going to be like surprised. It's going to be like, damn, they should have been there from jump, like instead of being hidden behind a thing.
One thing that kind of concerns me, I mean, it could literally be nothing at all, but just like me trying to like overanalyze everything. Like from that screenshot, 2 of the Ninja Turtles are shown, and they're at the bottom left, and they're not like there's no open spots next to them, which could be absolutely nothing. Like it could just be a placeholder image. But I mean, out of those 22 spots, if 2 of those other like mystery characters are turtles, that's kind of a letdown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like but at the same
Yeah.
time, you absolutely want all 4 in the game because they're all 4 totally different. So I don't know. Like I hope that all 4 of them are in it, but I also will be majorly disappointed if that is the final roster size, which I agree with you guys. I doubt that it is, but it's just kind of funky that they showed that image. Like for me to even have like something to speculate about that.
Yeah, it's like I wonder what their like after they announce all these characters. I wonder what their DLC plans are. Like I wonder if they're gonna do like a what Smash Brothers does and have like a Fighters Pass thing where they have like 5 or so characters laid out for the year basically. So like, or they're gonna go like the Mortal Kombat route where they just drop the roster and then 2 months after the game comes out, you find out you're getting a new character type of thing. So like, I don't really know. It'd be very cool to have a
I
fighters pass.
I absolutely see that being the route that they take, especially if the game sells well. One thing I'm pretty sure they have like cosmetic items in the game, don't they? They have like skins and shit.
In what Smash?
No, in this,
Oh, do they? I don't know.
I unless I'm thinking of something else. I thought that you can get skins on here. If that is the case, then that's probably a lot of DLC worthy content right there. Let me confirm that. I know that I just saw a SpongeBob fucking game with skins, but I'm hoping that that's not a different game. I don't know what the fuck else it would be.
Yeah, I know we speculated on that because there's so much opportunity for that, like homage to specific episodes that we all love. So I guarantee you there will be skins, whether that's a DLC or maybe an unlockable. I don't know. It seems like everything is microtransactions now. You don't unlock anything, you buy shit, which is a disappointing reality of gaming. So
Games as a service.
yeah, I hope that's unlockable. I'd be interesting to see. Obviously, these type of games are primarily multiplayer. It would be interesting to see if they're what the single player looks like. If single player, you have to complete a campaign, whatever that looks like, to unlock fighters or skins for fighters, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's actually got me thinking now that you said campaign. They could do something kind of like, I mean, not as robust as like Kingdom Hearts where there's like kind of a mashup of shit in there. But I think that could work since all of these characters are there. It'd be cool to see how you like interact with everyone across the shows.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know who's developing this. I should probably be prepared.
Yeah. I don't know. But like while you look that up, I wonder if they already have characters in mind like after these initial ones are announced and released, because I think Smash already has all their Fighter Pass characters laid out and working on them. So I wonder if that's what they're gonna do, because I know for NetherRealm, for their Injustice games, they used to put up polls on Twitter and let people vote on who they would like to see in the game next. But I don't think I can see Nickelodeon doing anything like that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So it's being developed by Maximum Games, which looking at they've only been around since 2018. I don't see any recognizable games to me.
Well,
Um,
I just got a bunch of ideas of characters. Um, who was the superhero on Jimmy Neutron that
Uh,
Sheen was
Ultra
obsessed with?
Lord.
Yeah, Ultra Lord. He could be in there. Obviously, the Crimson Chin. He's got to be in it
Oh
from
God.
fucking Fairly Odd Parents. Like, there's so many Fairly Odd Parents that they could use, or Fairly Odd Parents characters that they could use. The
so,
fucking the Arnold Schwarzenegger fairy.
oh
Jorgen von
yeah,
Strangle.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking what is his name? Doug Dimmadome or
Yeah,
whatever.
owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Yeah,
Yeah, like his ass could be in
bro.
there.
Fucking Chip Skylark. Like, bro,
Oh yeah,
what are their ultimates gonna be like? Like, they have to be iconic.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's definitely some potential here, but potential to
How's
go either
Plankton
way.
gonna be if he's so fucking small? Is he gonna be big for no reason, or is he gonna be operating a robot?
That'd be nice to see, because Smash handles it decently well. Like, because I know like who is it? Like Ness and them or Pikachu and fucking Pichu. They're really
Pichu's tiny.
tiny. Yeah,
Mac, boxer, yeah.
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 I think it'll work. They just like I don't want to get my hopes up because I don't want this shit to come out and be dog shit.
So I need to correct myself. Maximum Games is the publisher, and the developers. I'm looking Ludosity and Fair Play Labs. I don't see shit recognizable. Um,
That's kind of
It's
scary.
very promising.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's never alone. I know that game is one, but some of these, I
Hey, it has
one of the
rollback net
Scribblenauts
code.
reports.
It has rollback net code, so they're already off to the right track.
Yeah, it cautiously optimistic, like I am for the Jets every year. We'll go
Damn,
with that.
that's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't I don't watch football or anything, but I'm consistently hearing through our chats that you love the Jets, but they suck, bro.
yeah. They hate you.
they do hate me. Uh, it's. I know this isn't our football show, but we our quarterback's looking good through two preseason games. His last game looked better than his first ones, so I'm getting there. I'm getting a little optimistic. We'll see. We'll see.
Cautiously optimistic, as you said.
Yep.
But do we got anything else on Nickelodeon? I know we're all hyped for it.
I just want to know when the fuck it's coming out, man. Give me a launch date. Let me
Maybe
pre-order that shit.
maybe we'll get that Thursday. They'll say
Yeah.
like new characters and then coming soon or like demo or beta or something. I feel like we have
we
to know
do know it's
something.
coming late this year, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
is that confirmed? Okay.
Yeah. They're saying fall, but like we're a month away from
Only,
fall.
yeah, there's only 3 months left in the year anyway.
Yep, getting close. I feel like we have to know a date now before it gets too late.
Yeah.
But all right. With that, we are going to move into our favorite movies. I have some. I don't know. I've realized as we were discussing that this was going to be our main topic that I have shit taste in movies. I like some really bad movies.
It's just gonna be Fast and the Furious 1, Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift.
Damn, you got my whole list. All right, I'm leaving the show, guys. See you. All right.
I mean,
You wanna?
the way I look at it, man, just like what you like. Who
Yeah.
gives a shit? But I will. I mean, for the interest of the show, I will shit all over your movies, regardless of what they are.
It'd
I'm
be
just gonna.
entertaining. Just like DM me later and apologize or something.
No, I'm not gonna apologize.
Okay. All right. Actually before we dive into this topic, I want to say like um we're like really close to our Twitch goals. We have 22 followers out of 50, and that is our last goal we need to break before we get affiliate. So that's huge. We've already gotten all or 3 out of 4, so we're almost there.
Well, I mean, so do the math for me. How many fake accounts do I need to set up so we can get there?
Okay, so we should get it if each of us make 10 accounts. So
All right, easy.
yes, 10 accounts each and we'll be there. And then yeah, we'll have it. So yeah, I say that to say this. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for following, thanks for listening to us. We like doing the show a whole lot, so it's nice to see some support on it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Always like and review us on iTunes, please, because Apple is like the golden goose. I I found like it was harder to search for our show for no apparent reason. A week ago, I searched by Just a Position podcast. It was the first one that popped up. Or no, Just a Position. It was the first one to pop up. This week, I had to put in podcast. So I don't know what changed, but I hopefully if we get some reviews and some of you subscribing on Apple, it will help the algorithm and help us get more notice and get new viewers and new listeners each week. Please.
Yes, review, like, follow, tell your friends about us. We are on all major platforms now, so it shouldn't be a problem to listen to us. So we make it pretty easy. So yeah, I'll stop shilling there. We'll get on to our main topic. All right, favorite movies. Who wants to go first? Do y'all just want to kind of do like a round robin shit, or just kind of say what we want? I don't really have a list or however many, so I can just
Yeah,
go.
I didn't know we were doing this. I didn't know.
It's all good.
We
we were
can
doing
just
the
talk
tier
about. Have you guys watched The Room? I saw Chris post that in Twitch. Have all of
No.
you seen The Room? Tommy
No.
Wiseau, The Room.
I'm not.
I don't even know who
What?
that is.
Oh my god, dude!
I mean,
You
maybe I
guys,
know his face, but I don't recognize his name.
you don't well, if you've seen his face, you will recognize his name and face forever. That dude looks like a vampire, straight up.
What's his name?
But it's Tommy Wiseau. Chris, type it in Twitch for me, please.
Yeah. Okay, I found it. Oh,
That movie.
Yeah.
That is
hi, Mark.
yes.
Okay.
So, fuck yeah, I'll start with that. Like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when Netflix was still just a DVD service, I kept seeing it pop up as like cult favorite, watch this movie. And I purposely did not look into it further than that. I ended up getting it on Netflix and had some friends come over. Chris, who's in Twitch right now, was one of them. And we just watched it. And it was the fucking greatest time ever. The movie is so bad, it's good. It's so quotable. Like everything about the movie makes no sense. There's shit that's mentioned and never followed up on, and like every single scene has a quote that you, if anyone's watched it, they can drop that quote. You know exactly what they're talking about. It is a fantastic fucking movie. A few years ago, one of the stars in the wrote a book about it, and I of course bought it right away. It's a fucking awesome book. And then it got turned into a movie with Seth Rogen, James Franco, Dave Franco, and that fucking movie is fantastic. Way better than you would expect. They did an excellent job. They took it completely serious for such a ridiculous movie. So I recommend watching in this order. Watch The Room, then watch The Room riff tracks. Which do you all know what riff tracks is?
No,
It's Mystery Science Theater.
no.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I know what you're talking about. It's more or less like a commentary.
Yes. Fucking hilarious commentary. Great commentary. Probably the best one. Watch that next, then watch The Disaster Artist. It's fucking awesome. I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Are these on Plex?
Yes, all of them are. Even if you watch The Room, you can choose the audio input and you can choose the riff tracks version.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll probably have to check those out.
Okay. So that's my number one movie of all time. All
Number
three of
one,
those.
like top, like nothing gets better than that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right,
So I'm sorry. Let me just ask. I'll throw it out there because I know we're all just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. When you um, when you consider the best movie, best song, best game, what factors into your decision? Is it like your nostalgia for it? Is it the experience? Is it how well it's written? Because I have the movie that's probably my favorite as far as how well it's written and the experience is probably One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a vastly different movie than say The Big Lebowski, which is another one of my favorite movies. It's such a different experience, but you watch them for different reasons.
yeah. For me,
Yeah,
it's.
God damn it.
You can go ahead. You probably have something more important to say.
The exact opposite. I was just gonna say I just picked the one that's the best. Like I don't have any one thing. Like I don't know. Like you put too much thought into it for me. Now I don't know how to rank anything anymore. Because like I understand like fucking okay. The Suicide Squad. I was just telling you guys that I don't typically watch like superhero movies or anything like that. Like I didn't know any of the characters that were in the movie other than Harley Quinn. Like I've never heard of anyone else in that movie, but I liked it. It was really good. Or I mean, I enjoyed it, but also like I enjoyed the fuck out of Pulp Fiction. Like they're so insanely different, but I both like would say that I loved the movies. So I don't know like how you say which one is better than the rest. I just kind of like use my heart, I guess, like which one like I like, but there's no like measurable uh like aspect to it.
I feel that. For me, it's kind of like I know you said games in there, like how they make you feel, and like with movies and shit. Like a big factor for me is like how they make me feel. I guess it's kind of what Randy said. He kind of goes by like his heart or whatever, but like some of that shit just hits different. And if that shit makes me like say a certain quote or some music or whatever, like if I get like chills from it, I'm like, ooh, this shit's hard. Like it just it's a feeling that I get. But yeah. I
No,
guess
that's good. I think if it's a reaction, You know, you don't put much thought into it. You just whatever pops into your head, or just with no thought. If you overthink it, then you're like me, and you're a neurotic asshole, and you ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of curious because I do try to prepare and have well thought out answers when we talk about this shit.
Yeah. For a good bit of my movies, it's like you said, it's like, is it nostalgia for and here's my one of my favorites is, bro, fucking Fast and Furious 1. Like like that's pure nostalgia for me. Like I don't it was just the time of where, like, when I watched it, like fucking the early 2000s, like shit was simple. I was a child. I didn't have any bills or any worry in the world, and like I fucked with cars. Like I like cars. They look cool on screen. And then like I didn't watch it for like 10 years or so. I recently started getting back into like the whole franchise because I stopped watching them after 3 because I heard the rest were just shit. So I like started the whole franchise over with 1, and I was like, holy shit, like this takes me back to like what, like 2006, like 2005, bro. Like shit was hard back then. Like I don't know, and it's not that the movie was insanely good by any means. It's just I think that's purely nostalgia based for me, but I can watch that shit now and just enjoy it. It's like a comfort food thing.
You know what's a good
Uh,
fucking movie?
But
What's that?
Beavis and Butthead Do America.
hell yeah. Hell
That's
yeah.
legitimately a good movie.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is uber quotable. Like I quote that shit constantly. Like every time that it's fucking hot outside and I'm working, it's like the sun sucks. Like there's so many fucking like one-liners from the movie. Like just excellent movie, dude.
Caught him whacking
Yeah,
off in your tool shed, bro.
I fucking love that movie. Everyone wants to see my unit.
Yeah.
It's
Is this a
you know
goddamn?
you know that who plays Beavis's father?
Uh-uh.
No, who is that?
David Letterman.
What?
Wow,
David
really?
David Letterman loves Mike Judge. He'd have him on all the time, and he'd come on and it just fucking die laughing as he did the Beavis and Butthead voices on the show. So
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
he asked him to be in the movie. Pretty great.
That's
That's
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, Steve, I think it's back to you. What you got next?
So you're talking about like comfort food and movies that may not necessarily be objectively good, but are still fucking awesome.
Yeah, they take you
Um,
back to a simpler time.
yes. So for me, it's hard to pick between the two, but it's either Con Air or Face Off. Absolutely insane movies, absolutely ridiculous premise, ridiculously acted at times, but so fucking good and stupid. And just put it on, you don't have to think about it. It's just awesome. Nick Cage at his Nick Cageiest. I fucking love it. Like again, both premises for either one of them is ridiculous. One, his face is removed and swapped with John Travolta. What the fuck, man? That just wouldn't work. But it did, and I love that movie. Or the other one where he's in a plane. He's doing this ridiculous southern accent that is not passable, does not work, but he's committed to it. Um, and he's being transported with other cons who try to take over the plane, and he's about to be released, of course. So he's fighting good, even though he's a convict for a crime he did not mean to do. He accidentally killed someone that was messing with his wife. So he's redeemable from the beginning. He's just in a bad place, and the fucking Steve Buscemi's in there. It's I I think it's a pre-famous Dave Chappelle's on it. It's a fucking awesome movie. If you haven't seen Con Air, please watch it. It's you will have a good time if you like that type of shit. But don't it's not Oscar winning in any way. It's just a good time.
You mentioned Face Off, and I don't know why when you said that, I just got like an insane unlocked memory. Like, bro, I've never seen that shit, but I know exactly what the DVD cover looks like for that. It was always in my house, bro. And like I've seen it in like Easter eggs and like games and shit. Like that movie cover is very iconic because for some reason
Yes.
to me, John Travolta and fucking Nick Cage looked alike on it.
I mean, they definitely play it up, right? Because it's like half one face, half the other face. I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, if you look at them side by side, they clearly don't
They're
look alike, but on
yes,
that cover they do.
yep. All right, Randy, you got another movie for us?
I do not.
I thought you were gonna say like Pulp Fiction or a fucking uh, fuck is his
I
name?
mean,
Who?
Pulp Fiction is definitely my favorite movie of all time, but like I feel like I would be the like 18 millionth person to say that. So I'm not even gonna speak on it.
I mean, it
I'll
deserves
speak
some
on it.
praise.
I mean, I think it's worth talking about, even if it's like when you talk about the greatest movies from a film study perspective, it's always like Citizen Kane. Everyone fucking talks about Citizen Kane, but it does not invalidate the fact that that movie was a game changer. And same thing could be said about Pulp Fiction. Obviously, not on the same tier, but Pulp Fiction, it for one, it brought John Travolta back. So if that movie wasn't a success, then he probably wouldn't have been in Face Off. So thank you, Quentin Tarantino. Um, but it's a fantastic movie. It's long, but it doesn't feel long, and it's like several stories that tie together. It's a good movie with a mystery that never really gets resolved, but you don't feel like unfulfilled. So I think
Yeah, I
it's
can.
certainly, yeah. And Randy finishes before the movie does every time. I don't think he's ever seen the ending.
Do we
There's
know
an
what
ending?
was in the suitcase after all
No,
these
we don't.
years?
We do not.
That's crazy. But I guess I'll go next. I'll kind of bundle all of these together. I recently, literally Monday and today, I watched all three Matrixes. they they're not good. I mean yeah, fuck it. Yeah, they're good. I fuck with them. Another one that's
So
like
I'm sorry. I was going to say the first one is good.
yes,
You can
yes.
shit on the sequels, absolutely, but the first one, I for a long time the first one was the only one I watched because I heard the sequels were shit. And I think they're okay, but
Yeah.
they could not reach the height of the first one.
Yeah, the first one like another kind of nostalgia thing. It just takes you back to a simpler time. Like everything in there was just like cool. Like makes you think about fucking like, do we actually exist? Like, is this a simulation kind of thing? So like, it just makes you think a little. I mean, obviously, that's not true, but it's fun to think about, and the movie's just a good time. And like knowing what kind of person Keanu is, like it just makes it that much more enjoyable because he's just like a cool, just genuine guy. I did read recently that after working on the Matrix, he like gifted, I think it was either some of his salary and he gave like motorcycles to like the CGI guys because he felt like their work was much more important than his in the movie. So that was good to hear. He's just a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm glad Keanu is successful. I mean, I for a long time, like it was easy to make fun of him because Bill and Ted, he played like a surfer bro, and then he kind of played the same one in fuck, my brain just melted. The the heist movie. He played pretty much the same character. It's people are gonna shit on me for not fucking knowing it off the top of my head. Um, so it was like right after that he was in some romantic comedies and some movies and then The Matrix. So everyone just kind of made fun of him. That was the easy target. But he finally seems to be getting the last like probably the last like 10 years getting the love and respect he deserves because he seems like a decent dude.
Yeah.
Did you watch Weird Science?
No, he wasn't in Weird Science,
No, I know.
was
I
he?
was asking if you had watched it.
Oh, the show?
The
Yeah, I
movie.
remember that show and the movie. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a show.
Yeah, it was on USA. It was not great, but it was on. Yeah,
It was a show.
it was a show.
Damn. You ever watch Goosebumps?
Hell yeah.
I
The
did not watch Goosebumps. I read the books like a fucking nerd, but I did not. I watched Are You Afraid of the Dark though.
I read a bunch of the books whenever I was in my younger years of school, and I watched a few of the episodes of the show. Like the fucking opening is creepy. Like whenever they put those like terrible special effects eyes on the dog, fucking creepy shit.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like that shit genuinely scared me as a kid. Even like looking back on it, how shitty it was. Like, bro, I was terrified of the
Yeah,
dark. And the
shit,
fucking the puppet, the fucking little
the dummy.
yeah, bro, I could not fucking sleep because of that, man.
That's
You
crazy. That
know
was scary to me.
what used to fuck with me was the X Files theme song. Just when
Yes.
the
Oh
theme
my
song came on,
god,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it
dude.
was Sunday night. You had The Simpsons, and then whatever shitty cartoon they're trying to make the next Simpsons, and then X Files. So like, I would try to turn it off before that shitty cartoon ended because I did not want to even hear it.
Bro.
Dude, my go ahead, damn it.
But yeah, it was like Steve said, like after the Simpsons, because like you tried to go to bed on a like a good funny note. And then all of a sudden it's boom, 2 a.m. You're waking up to this creepy shit. Bro, I would wake up and I'd put my hands over my ears and turn the fucking TV off. Like I would rather sleep in the dark, even though I was scared of the dark, than listen to that shit. Like it was just too much.
Dude, it was elite. Like my parents, they loved the X Files. Like they watched it every night that it was on, and I that was my cue to go to my fucking room.
Yep.
Like whenever that shit comes on, like literally, like you said, I would cover up my eyes and my ears. Like that shit was just fucking terrifying. And then like the like grainy footage of the UFO,
Mm-hmm.
like that
Yeah,
shit was terrifying, man. But now I love it because like it's still eerie, but obviously I'm not scared of a song now. But like that's like a legendary fucking TV opening.
Oh God.
yeah. I tried to watch X Files, and it does not hold up that well. I want to love it because I know a lot of people, they hold it in high esteem, but between the acting and the shitty effects, it doesn't work for me.
Did they
I've
not bring it back? I thought that they brought it back at some point.
I think they did, but I didn't watch the remake. I was trying. Maybe that's why I started watching it ahead of that. But it didn't work for me.
what was like this may sound stupid, but I've never watched it. Like what is the purpose of the show? Like, what do they do? Like, do they like hear about a UFO crashing and go fucking investigate or something? Like a
Basically,
supernatural TV show thing?
Yeah,
something supernatural. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, they're like supernatural detectives, basically.
yeah. They're a member. They're part of the FBI, and they're called the X Files because it's like classified. No one knows about it.
got it. So,
Okay, they did reboot it. I'm trying to see when they rebooted it, but they did reboot it. It was oh my god, there's 218 episodes.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
she's hefty.
Hmm. Okay, so they rebooted it in 2016 and it ran until early 2018. So 2 years,
Not bad.
or I guess, yeah, is that 2 years or all of 16, all of 17, and then some of 18. So a little more than 2 years.
I wonder what are the you probably don't see it or anything, but like I wonder if it's good. Like, are there any reviews on there that you're seeing immediately?
Well, it's 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb and 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't know if that's the OG or if that's the reboot.
Right.
Hmm. All right.
Are we still talking movies? Who's next?
Yeah. I think I went last. I said The Matrix.
All right. So another cliched one, I'll say Fight Club. That movie was fucking awesome. I didn't realize it bombed when it first came out, but it's such a weird, dark, twisted. I won't, even though it's 20 something years old, I won't give away the twist in the movie itself. But it's really well shot. It's a well done film from a technical standpoint. Edward Norton is fucking great. Brad Pitt is great in it. All the supporting casts are awesome. Uh, but it's dark. nihilistic. It's moody. And I also I like a nerd read the book as well, and the ending that they put in the movie is 1,000 times better than the ending in the movie, which is something you don't see often. Most people say the book's better, the book's better. I say the movie's better. I think they're both fantastic on their own, and they deserve the love that they get. But the movie is overall just a better experience.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, but I see it all the time. I should probably end up watching it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I mean, like for all the reasons I just said, it's one of those depressing kind of movies overall. And I probably went through a phase or some shit because that was right in my teenage years, so I was a moody teenager. But like Requiem for a Dream, um, Fight Club, Kids, all those movies are pretty fucking meek and depressing. Good, but you need a palate cleanser after that.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Gummo?
No, but I know the movie and I know the act or the director that made that shit. He's a weird dude. Uh,
Yeah, it's a
um,
weird movie.
yeah, but I think I get why you mentioned it's certainly the same kind of atmosphere and depressing shit.
I see you recently added that to Plex, didn't you?
I was literally about to say, can you add that to Plex?
Yeah, it's on
Yes,
there.
I did because I was kind of going down. Harmony Korine is the name of the writer and director, and he's got some weird fucking movie. He did Kids, which I mentioned.
Oh wow, that's
Depressing,
crazy.
yeah, depressing, weird fucking shit. I added his whole. He's got like 5 movies because apparently he was a pain in the ass to work with. People loved the shit he did, but no one wanted to deal with him. So like after a certain time, he just stopped being able to make movies because no one wanted to deal with his ass.
Damn.
Can you hold on? I'll just send you a message.
Okay.
This is a Plex request podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go next with one of my movies. Fucking Spirited Away from the Ghibli studio. Like, I cannot tell you how good those movies look for like how old they are. Like, he's made some shit like in the 80s, and like it looks like a modern movie. Like, that's just how good the art style is. It is like an anime movie, but usually when he does, or when that studio has movies, like I think Ponyo is a good example. They kind of have like a star-studded, I know just English cast. I'm not sure if they do for like Japanese voices because I don't like know any of them, but I usually watch them in English just because the cast and voice acting is so good to go along with the art and just like the whole vibe of all of them. Like usually the Ghibli joints are like fantasy type of shit. Like Spirited Away, for example, is like a girl goes on like a trip with her parents to like this town that's empty, that or so they thought, but like the parents smell food, so the parents go eat the food and they turn into pigs. And then like
What?
yeah, like once the sun goes down, like the whole town that they're in comes alive with like ghosts and shit like that. And like it's a whole city, but like you can't really see it yet. And so the parents get turned into pigs and they get kidnapped, and she has to like go work for this horrible like witch lady to get her parents back. And I won't say anymore. It's definitely worth a watch. All of the Ghibli movies are good. Like Spirited Away, Ponyo, fucking I did try to watch Princess Mononoke, but I didn't really get into it. I know it's like a S tier one, but I don't think it was for me. Howl's Moving Castle, Arrietty. Uh, there's one I'm thinking of. It's like a chick. Oh, Kiki's Delivery Service, dude. Like he just doesn't miss. You have them on Plex, so you should watch them.
I tried, man. Like Spirited Away is constantly being recommended as like a must
Excellent.
see movie,
It's
and
so good.
I just can't do it. I'll try it again, but I've tried a few times and it just doesn't grip me. And like if it doesn't grip me within a certain time period, I have to walk away and I I'll try it again sometime.
What mindset are you going into it with? You have to go into it
Ah,
like a child.
I go in there like, fuck, I'm watching anime.
Dude, I do not watch anime. Spirited Away is definitely one of my favorite movies. Like look at the fucking awards that it's won. It won just best movie in Japan, period. Like not best animated movie, just best movie, period.
Look at this.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
like
no, I agree. That's
I
100%. That's why I tried to watch it.
Yeah, I have merch from that shit. I don't ever get merch from movies, and I had to get one for Spirited Away because this dude right here is fucking great.
But you have merch for every game you've ever looked at.
everything else, motherfucker. I'm looking at your
Yeah.
wall and everything else. Don't even start with that shit.
That's
Okay,
not a
okay, we'll
that's
go
not
with
a
this.
ringing endorsement.
Persona 3. There's the Persona reference for for the show. This is now a show and tell podcast.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, I dropped her sword fucking around with y'all.
Bring the show to a complete stop while he picks up the sword for his toy.
Hey, fuck you. I have animals that will eat it. But yeah, the sword isn't in her hand anymore, but I'll fix that later. But yeah, go watch Spirited Away. The shit's hard.
No.
Okay. All right. What other movies we got?
Let's see. So I'm gonna mention some movies because they need to be mentioned. Godfather 1 and 2 are fucking awesome. I watched them. I blocked off a day and just watched 1 and 2 back to back, and it's a fucking great experience. Great movies for a lot of the reasons I mentioned before. Technically speaking, like those movies are from the early 70s, and they changed how movies were made. Everyone tried to kind of make a movie like Godfather after that.
How long are
So
those? I know you said you blocked off a day for it. I know it takes about that long to finish them.
it they so the Godfather 1 is 2 hours and 57 minutes. And I think Godfather 2 is right there with it. Let me check. Never mind. Website just crashed. Yeah, they're block off a day. The reason I say that is because they're fucking long as hell. 200 minutes. So
Shit.
they're both just ridiculously long, but you don't necessarily feel like it when you're watching it. They're really good movies.
Yeah, are those
Go
similar
ahead.
to like Scarface at all?
I think they're better. I'm one of the people that thinks Scarface is overrated. I like Scarface, but there's parts of it that are just fucking drag, man. It's not as highly. I don't know. It's not for me. I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it because I'm over here thinking that's like one of the best movies ever when I've only seen it once, like 7 years ago. So I need to watch it and like in my new adult mind state, see what the fuck it's like.
I Chris just mentioned it. If you're looking for that type of movie, Carlito's Way is a much better movie overall. It's kind of it's the same director and Al Pacino. Um, so it in a lot of ways it's like a sequel, but it's not. It's got the same atmosphere, the same vibe, but it's just overall a better movie. If you haven't seen Carlito's Way, watch that. It's a good movie.
Yeah. I have a backlog of shit that I need to watch. I need to stop watching fucking Fast and Furious once a week.
I'm gonna
Watch
mention
Nino Cooney.
watch what?
Huh?
To Demetrius specifically, Nino Cooney.
I know what you're talking about, but I've never dived into it.
You'd like it. It's similar to like a Ghibli movie to me at least.
Those are the games, right?
I mean, they do have games, yes, but there's a Netflix original movie that came out like a year or so ago.
Okay. Yeah, I know the art. Isn't it basically the Ghibli shit?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Probably watch it because I just love that. That art style is just so fucking clean and good. Like, that's some of the best animation I've ever seen.
Yeah, there. I think that they've got some of the artists from Ghibli like that did the movie
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah, I'll definitely
Have,
need to check those out.
have either of you seen A Clockwork Orange?
No.
I know of it, but I've never watched it.
So that's kind of the same vibe. It's a dystopian movie. It's fucking depressing, but it's fucking awesome. There's parts of it that will just kind of leave you feeling shitty as hell. But it's Stanley Kubrick film. It's really fucking twisted, but if you know Stanley Kubrick, it's beautifully shot. It's well framed. There's like there's subtle references that pay off later. It's very violent. It's very fucking people either love it or hate it kind of thing. Polarizing, I guess. But it's a good movie. It's worth watching.
Yeah, I the only Kubrick film that I know that I've ever watched is obviously The Shining, which is a fucking awesome movie. But I was gonna
Love
mention
that
this when we
movie.
talk about dystopian shit. I'm assuming you guys have watched District 9.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's a good ass fucking movie too.
it is.
Oh, some of the Cloverfield movies. I've watched a couple of them. Those are decent. I watched one that came out around 2016, I would assume, with John Goodman. That was a good fucking
Oh,
movie.
One Cloverfield Lane or something like that.
I
Yeah,
think so. That they're all like they all have Cloverfield in the title. And my mouse just fucking died. Wow.
you weren't using
Nice.
it.
Fuck. It's like literally dead. Like,
Wired
Have
mice.
you seen Full Metal Jacket? That's another Kubrick movie.
uh, I don't know. I don't. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've watched it. If I have, then it's been very long.
Yeah, I haven't
So,
seen it, but like I've heard of all of them, and I know I need to watch them. So I definitely will probably get around to it here soon. Now that they're all fresh in my head. Um,
um, I keep going off. I'm going to name another one because Chris is posting it in Twitch. I'm going to mention Back to the Future. I
yes.
fucking love those movies. Watch them with the family. That's family movie night. We all watch Back to the Future 1 and 2. Three's not bad, but it's not as good, I don't think.
Are you talking about Rick and Morty?
Yeah, Rick and Morty,
Rick.
the live action from the 80s.
Yeah, if I'm thinking correctly, Back to the Future is actually really inspired by Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Well, other way around, I would say. Rick and Morty is
No,
definitely.
they've got the
No.
time machine.
Yeah. Shit, let me throw one off. This is kind of like cliche, but like all of like the Marvel, the MCU shit is really good. Like you said, Steve, that's kind of like if I mean Bree doesn't watch movies with me, but whenever I want to do a movie night, I'm watching Endgame. Like I used to watch that shit every Friday, like after work. And I still do sometimes. Like just everything about that shit is just so good. Like Robert Downey being Iron Man, he's perfect for that. And like just I don't know, I'm a nerd, so I eat all of that shit up. I love all the lore and shit. So and I'm really
I,
excited for the new Spider-Man.
I want to get into that shit, man. Like I said earlier, I've never been one to like care about like superhero movies and shit. Like I haven't cared about a superhero movie since the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man days, and that was I think I was in like first grade, second grade, whenever that was like a thing.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
uh
wait.
what
Did you watch the Dark Knight trilogy?
Yeah.
The
no,
Nolan series?
no,
Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
Those
no,
were
I
good.
haven't. Like I'm telling you, like I don't watch movies like that. Like I'm not a fan of shit like that. Not that I dislike it. I just like it doesn't excite me. Uh,
I get
but
it.
but when we just watched the Suicide Squad the other night, it's kind of got me on a kick. I'm gonna try to see if I can't find some enjoyment. I already looked up some of the movies that I should start with. The Dark Knight was definitely on most of those lists. I was considering trying to watch all of the new Spider-Man movies since there's another one coming soon. Um, I don't know if I like Tom Holland or at least like the whole vibe of his Spider-Man. It doesn't really like I don't vibe with it.
I really liked the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the
Yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man. He was so good. Like I
I
love those
I did watch
movies.
that. I
You
watched
watched
that a
that,
few years
God,
late.
motherfucker.
I watched that like much. I think that the Tom Holland Spider-Man was already out. Like they had just made the first Tom Holland movie.
Dude,
Uh,
Batman Begins came out in 2005.
yeah, I know. Like I'm not saying that like I don't know that. Like I knew whenever it was released. Like I remember it being a thing. And I mean, shit. Honestly, I could have maybe even watched it like on like TV. You know how like Stars and HBO and all
Yeah.
that, like those fun movies. Like I probably watched it, but I couldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah,
Um,
back when movies got played on FX with the commercial
yeah,
every 15 minutes.
yeah, exactly. Like that's probably where I watched it if I ever watched it. But I did watch the Andrew Garfield movies, strictly because I was such a big fan of the Tobey Maguire ones as a kid. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna get back into this shit. And then I loved them. And then, like I said, like that was like whenever Tom Holland started playing the character, and I was like, motherfucker, like I finally like I'm into this shit and it's over.
Yeah. Which I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he's an okay one. I think you would have to watch some of the like MCU like Avengers, Captain America ones to fully like grasp him. Because I
Is he
think
funny?
yeah, or I'm not he's not like making jokes and shit, but he's like goofy and you might get a laugh.
Because the Andrew Garfield one was fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
Like that's what got me into it. Like I'm not gonna say I like it better than the Tobey Maguire movies, but that could just be nostalgia talking, honestly. Like Andrew was fucking hilarious as shit. Like whenever he was like in the car, whenever like the dude was trying to steal that car or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no, my biggest weakness, a knife." Like shit like that. Like
Yeah.
that like killed me. That's what I want Spider-Man to be.
Yeah, and like that's how he's supposed to be, like a
Yeah.
jokester kind of thing. But like Tom Holland isn't really that. It might just be the route that they're going with like the whole MCU shit because that's more of like a serious type of thing. But
Right.
yeah. But luckily, like this isn't even spoilers because it was in the fucking trailer. But I'm hype as fuck that they're bringing all the Spider-Man back. Like that shit is gonna be hype.
Yeah, I did see that. I haven't looked into it, but like I've scrolled past like a few posts on like Reddit and shit that have mentioned it. That's pretty fucking cool. I'll definitely watch that movie if for no other reason than just because they're bringing back the other ones.
Yeah. I think just to get you started, like you don't have to watch like the whole fucking like Avengers series to like know what's happening with like the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think you can start with Captain America Civil War. That I think that's where he first popped up. And then from Civil War you can go to like Spider-Man, was it Homecoming? And then Spider-Man like I don't fucking know. I forget what they are, but the one with Mysterio in it. It's
Rey
there.
Mysterio?
Yeah,
Oh, no shit?
yeah, Rey Mysterio is his like main shit in that movie.
Damn.
But yeah,
Tag team championship.
on God, he got the belt on him and everything, bro. But yeah, I think I may be out of movies. What do you got? You got anything else, Steve?
No, not really. I can just fucking talk all day, and I think people are probably sick of my voice.
White Man Can't Jump. Just rewatched that the other
Yes,
night.
I rewatched
I,
Juice yesterday. That shit's it's kind of bad. Tupac isn't a great actor, but that movie
not
that movie
anymore.
was kind of God damn.
Too soon.
Bro, he died before I was born. I don't think it's
He's not dead.
you right.
And he did not die before you were born. He died. We were babies. I remember.
I
Ni-
thought
I
he
mean, I
died in
don't remember it
94.
happening. No, he died in
Uh,
'96.
97. Oh,
Oh,
96 and Biggie
yeah.
97. Yeah,
Yes.
you're
Oh,
right.
okay. When in 96. I was born in June.
I was like a
But
couple months old.
yeah.
Let me confirm that, but I know that I had already been born.
Yeah. Um
Uh, he died in September.
yeah. Yeah. All right.
Quote
Well,
unquote.
I think we can go ahead and wrap it up there, and if we don't have anything else.
Man, I can talk about movies all day. We didn't mention Princess Bride. We didn't mention Silence of the Lambs. We didn't mention Forrest Gump, which I think is a bit overrated, but was an important movie for the shit it did, and it's legitimately watchable. Rocky. There's so many fucking movies that
High School
none of you.
Musical.
High School Musical 1 through 4.
The-
Skip
the-
5.
Shrek. How did we forget Shrek 1 and 2?
Huck?
But you guys haven't watched any of them because you just watched White Man Can't Jump and anime. So do your homework.
Yeah.
Man, Woody Harrelson, dude.
He's so
Okay,
good.
what's is it the Boondock Saints? Is that him or is that the motherfucker from The Walking Dead? I
Yeah,
always
that's
get-
not him. That's the dude from Walking Dead.
Okay. Can that be on Plex if it's not already?
It's on Plex, not the
Okay.
sequel though. The sequel is worth skipping.
And then what's the what's the movie that you and I were talking about the other day with Woody in it that I had not watched?
Natural Born Killers.
Yes, is that on Plex?
Yes, that's a really good fucking movie.
All right, I might actually be going to watch that right now. I have got to leave ASAP.
All right. I think we can call it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching on Twitch. I'll try to get this on YouTube pretty quickly. We'll get this edited and out there, hopefully before Thursday, before the new fighters are announced.
Yep, I would love to talk about those. But yeah,
And
with that,
maybe we'll do a short one like
Yeah.
we did when we found the game was announced.
yeah. If depending on when it is, I would like to react to it live, but we're all adults who work cringe ass 9 to 5, so that's not possibility. Possibly. But
Who does that? Just fucking-
us
Yeah,
us
he
cringe
works
ass
fucking.
adults.
He works 7 to 7. This dude's always working. Randy is a
He's
hustler.
he's after the bag, bro.
I'm stroking my shit right now.
It's the only time he has. He has to multitask.
When you're not stroking your shit, what are you doing? Honestly.
Getting money.
That's the only acceptable answer. But all right. With that, we are going to head out. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Adios.
Thank you.